What up, traders? What up, investors? Ken here from the Dyslexic Investor. And I found this very interesting article looking here on United, basically looking at the overall potential another stimulus package or a aid package for the very beaten down airline stocks. We're going to be looking here, especially looking at United and, of course, other folks within the overall airspace and the overall structure. So basically, this article, I'll link it down in the description if you want to take a quick read of it. We're just going to skim over it and that highlights a couple things. So the airline, again, we're talking about United, is still planning to cut 13,000 jobs beginning next month. Again, and then American Airlines is also looking to cut about 19,000 jobs. That's quite a large cut of the overall workforce. They're saying that they are, again, this is due to the pandemic and the lack of flights and, of course, of restrictions on what's able to be able to allow these to go through. The overall pilots, because they have labor unions basically agreed to reduce hours to avoid layoffs and even create certain buyouts. So they can buy out if you're very close to retirement. They can give you a package to sign up some early retirement to kind of take that overall expense off the books and kind of pay it into downstream with the labor unions. Both President Donald Trump and Nancy Pelosi, the Democratic House Speaker, are both saying there's possible of a deal. There's talks about needing an additional 25 billion to aid that would preserve jobs throughout the end of March. That is quite a ways away. March is, again, all the way out until 2021. That being said, we do have a presidential election this year, which, if you haven't known yet, if you've been sleeping underneath a rock, that is definitely a lot of things to be looking out for. Again, airlines have been beaten down substantially. Again, there is no foreseeable recovery unless we get, honestly, a vaccine that really kind of things go through. Even if we get the vaccine, my honest opinion is that things are not just going to magically come back, snap back, and everyone's going to be going and having fun and eating their pretzels and drinking their Diet Coke on the airplanes anymore. That being said, let's go ahead and look at some of the charts. We can look at Delta. Let's actually look at UAL. That's the one that was in the article. United. All the stocks within the overall airline space has been trading very much the same here. I don't have to put numbers next to it, but it's literally pretty much to the T of the way they're moving around in the moving averages. There isn't one single one that's performing slightly better. The one that we're is kind of considering looking at better is more of Love because of their diversification. That being said, with United, was trading about $95 before the overall pandemic, came down substantially here, coming down to a very low price at $17.80. Kind of bounced around at that level, kind of touched it here again, made a huge run up on a overall expectation of a vaccine in an overall opening. That sadly did not come through, and that optimism kind of dwindled down here. Now kind of just trading in a range basically anywhere from 35 to 36 for the past couple months, lack of a better word. It's coming down to $30 all the way to the low here. That being said, even though with his news of, I think a lot of this stuff's honestly priced in with a lot of these airline stocks because no one knows when the magical button or the vaccine's going to be pushed out or how it's going to be rolled out, all this stuff. There's so many unknown questions overall on who has will do the best on this. So looking here at Love, so the only reason I like Love Southwest Airlines is because it's much more domestic. Yes, United and Delta have domestic flights, but a lot of their stuff is actually international as well. With Love, it's all inside the United States borders, and a couple times it goes outside for very small flights. But again, a lot of it's still internal within the United States boundaries. That being said, it's performing slightly better, really breaking above that 200 EMA, but coming right back down to a little bit here, potentially kind of trading in between that 36 to 40 range for a little bit. Again, it's still going to continue to trade with the overall airline cohort, but I think it might have a little bit of a better chance in the longer run due to, if the vaccine does come out, people are not just going to jump on an airplane and fly to Europe because, again, they're going to potentially have more restrictions on incoming traffic or visitors outside of their country before anything else. So I think that if you had to put put a gun to my head and say which one I would rather pick, I would choose Jets, which is an ETF that I actually own longer dated options and we bought very much down here at the lower levels of 15 and $16. Again, this is a cohort, the overall ETF that tracks all the airlines. Again, I have no idea who's going to be the winner. Like I said, if you had to choose one of them that I would choose Love. But lack of better words, Jets is the one that I would potentially look at for adding into. Again, this is a I love the airlines. I enjoy to fly, so this is a very smaller position in my longer dated account. I am not just intraday trading this and swinging this like the boys on Wall Street Bets or Robinhood Investments here. This is a little bit more thought process going in here. Looking for that overall turnaround to kind of come true. I don't think airlines are going to be going anywhere. I just don't know of what company could be failing because again, with the one that's getting the most flack is AAL, that's American Airlines, that has been talked about from the former BA, the former first BA CEO saying that there's a company that's going to fail, and he kind of did a wink, wink. Basically, American Airlines is not going to make through it, and American Airlines has definitely been beat down substantially here. Again, traded around the $31, wasn't even doing that fantastic pre the pandemic, but even post the pandemic, it's just not doing very well, and it's having to lay off a lot of its workforce and just really just parking their jets and just really having a ongoing running expense on a very high day-to-day cost for just owning the jets and not able to do anything with it. This is the same thing that's really happened to the cruise lines as well. So just be very mindful of that. Going back to jets of the investment that I am currently in, looking for this on a longer term time frame. So we're going to switch to a weekly side. So we're kind of coming in here to the 21 EMA. If you're not familiar with the 21 EMA, that is what we kind of use for the basically trend following strategy. So we're coming to the 21 EMA on the weekly side. Again, you can look on the weekly side by looking at this little toggle up here. Again, this thing is still beaten down. And even pre the pandemic, it wasn't performing very well. Since they have the options that are like 400 plus days out, we're really looking to kind of hit that $24 price target. And how did I get that $24 price target? We did the Fibonacci retracements from the swing high to swing low, and that 618 falls in exactly $24.23. That would be my initial price target to potentially take the first tier one or target one for profits at that level. And then the next profit level will be around $27.76. To the downside, if it starts breaking below the $14, that would be something that we could be really worrisome if, again, this goes much longer expected. If this goes way past into next summer, I think a lot of people could sell their airline stocks and just not have the fruition to, or the strength or the diamond hands to hold them. As you can see, Warren Buffett got out of his airline stocks pretty fast when this all kind of unfolded. But again, he's 90 some years old. He doesn't, God bless him, doesn't get that much long to win. He wants to see his investments work its way out. That being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe down and below. If you're interested on joining the YouTube membership tab, that is next to the subscribe button. If you're interested on that, check that out. And we have a fantastic Discord. You can kind of just click on the very bottom there on the description tab, and you can run through, and we got Ryan always in there talking about whatever stock he's going YOLOing in, and YOLOing in a good way. Ryan, I'm not insulting you. Also with Bear and Chick there as well, really always posting some really cool, interesting stuff. And of course, a handful of other folks that jump in, and always a very delightful conversation. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, this is Ken from The Dyslexic Investor, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace!